Okay, we're here. Today is the 18th of January, 2022. I would like to invite you to put your right hand on your heart, your left hand on your right. Take a moment to take a deep breath. Allow yourself to feel a downpouring of beautiful radiant light, golden healing light pouring in through your crown, into your vessel, this sacred vessel that is your body, that is your vehicle. Allow it to fill up with this love, this light, and this gold that we are pouring it down into you, filling that column of light that you are, allowing your feet to be firmly planted, rooted into the very core of Mother Earth, allowing your feeling of the breath, like the breeze in the summer, with the sun pouring its love and golden light through you and into you. As your heart begins to soften, as your heart begins to expand, to open to a field of love, of connection with the hearts of all your loved ones, with all those that are here now, with all those with whom you have any connection whatsoever, feeling the threads of our hearts weaving together, those of us in the angelic realms, those of you in the realms of the humans, you human angels. We are pouring, we are weaving, we are connecting, and we are surrounding you with a sphere of golden light to keep you safe and protected, to keep you from those winds that are buffeting you, from all of the retrogrades and all of the cosmic events and downpourings upon your planet, of all the rumblings that are going on within the very center of Mother Earth, within the hearts of the people, and with the atmosphere that surrounds you in your cities and in your places of residence. Feel our love pouring into you, stabilizing you, structuring around you a field of peace, a field of ease and grace, a structure of knowing, allowing you to be able to sit back and rest and allow everything to waft past you like smoke from the incense, allowing everything like the clouds to drift by. Nothing attaches. Nothing embeds itself into your field because your field is filled with light. Hold that space whenever you can remember, for it is important that you who are here, or who would listen to this little dialogue with us, it is important for you to be stable and strong, to hold your field steady, to know who you are, to allow yourself to open to the guidance that expands out from within your heart to fill every aspect of your being, so that you always know what to say, where to go, and how to respond to the stimuli that come to you. For this is probably the most challenging time of these coming months of this whole experience that you have been undergoing for the past 2 years. The intensity is increasing because it must. It is as if the dam is building more and more and more pressure from the heavy rains, from the downpours, and everything is swelling, ripening to a point of breaking. And so much is ready to tear apart within and without, so that this downpouring can wash away so much of the negativity that has accumulated on Mother Earth, so much of the ill will that has been directed towards life, so much of the attempt to engineer the control of every single heart upon this planet, even to the point of every single soul. The energy of control has been with you for so long that sometimes you do not recognize that it is a part of the way you think and see and feel automatically, because it has been so deeply programmed into your consciousness through conditioning, through the media, through the stories that have been created out of the mythologies and turned into some form of truth. Whereas in fact, the whole infrastructure of your society and civilization is based upon illusion. And the illusion is foundationed in the predominance of the mind that has forgotten its place in the hierarchy, in the order of things within the sphere of your vessel, of your vehicle. The heart is at the center, and the mind or the head is at the top, and your solar plexus, that place of the center of your physicality, is down below. And the three must work together to create a harmonious structure that allows a balance. You have been out of balance for so long. It is important for you to come back to that space. And this is why we have encouraged you, and we have begun to have that experience of grounding into Mother Earth, of feeling yourself having roots, of having connection with heaven above you, and with that deep connection of rootedness of Mother Earth below you. This will allow you to have a sense of place. It gives you the coordinates of where you are physically, emotionally, and mentally, and spiritually. It allows you to have a starting point for each moment. For each moment is a discrete particle in the ongoing experience of your life. Within each moment, there is a breath. Within each moment, there are the beats of your heart. Within each moment, there is the ability to choose. Shall I do this? Shall I say that? Shall I go here? How shall I respond to a stimulus, to a trigger, to an experience that is emotionally uncomfortable. How do I make sense of this? And we recommend that the very first thing to do always is to ground, to feel the earth beneath you. Even if it is through your shoes, through your carpets and your cement and your floors of wood and your structures, eventually as you send down that beam into Mother Earth, it will go into the soil, into the rock, into the bedrock, into the magma, into the very heart of Mother Earth. Mother Earth is your great benefactor. As the sun pours its radiance down upon you without judgment, without holding back, so too Mother Earth gives and gives and gives of its nourishment, of its bounty. And all is well, as long as you honor her and respect her and live in harmony with her creatures. It is important to find a way to do this every day. And you do this through the food you eat, through the water that you drink, the air that you breathe, and the thoughts that you think. You do it through your practice of tuning in, of settling down, of feeling the stillness in the center. This is an important practice because each moment you are asked to find that stillness. For around you there is a great turmoil, a great uproar. There is great fear in the hearts of so many. There is a sense of dread for many, and there is great sadness as to the ones that they have lost. For these things are upon you now. It is as if you were living in the medieval times of the plague, and everyone around you was suffering. And there is great fear in your heart, and yet you are powerful. You have within you the spirit of connection to the angelic realm, to all that is. You have a sense of who you are within the structure of this lifetime and within the unfolding evolution of this planet. And as you are able to take that breath and to feel that stillness and allow everything to wash away, as you allow the dam to break and the water to flood down into the valley and wash away all the nonsense, you have the ability to stay calm and to focus on one thing at a time, to focus on that which is in front of you to do, to focus on your words, that they be words of kindness, words of compassion, words of positivity, that you turn around every aspect of negativity that should appear, that might appear in your field. Those old voices that say you are sinful or you are wrong or there is something to be ashamed of or to feel guilty for, that you are not worthy, that you do not deserve, or that you are not good enough, or you are too big or too small or too fat or too thin, or you have the wrong color skin, or you live on the wrong side of the tracks. All of these things have been imprinted into your mind as realities, as truths, and they have no substance whatsoever. You are all children of the divine. You are all bright sparks of divine fire that animates this body and that enlivens your soul so that you are able to be a presence within this world. And you are being asked to have a presence that is built upon certainty, not the certainty of knowing it all against the incursions of other information, but that you know it all because you know yourself, because you have access to that realm of guidance within you that we call intuition, because you have a way of trusting that you are in the right place at the right time. Hence, the coordinates, that ability to be where you are, connected to earth, connected to heaven. When we place our hands in that manner upon the heart, we create a connection with those coordinates. Instead of focus on the head, we focus on the heart and we move our attention and our consciousness there. Once we do that, it becomes easier to take that sigh and let go of worry, let go of fear, let go of future, of past, and be fully present in the moment. For the moment is all there is. There is nothing but the moment. Each thought, each action, each moment of breath is focused in the full presence of where am I now? What is my next step? What is my choice? For all you have is choice. All you have is your word. When you say something, make sure that that something carries a vibration with it, that you do not talk randomly, gossipily, that you hold a space that whatever you say, you will do, you follow through with, that you show up with your heart open and you show up on time, that you show up available and that you show up fully present in your body, that you did not smoke some substance and you come to a gathering or a space of other people with your mind in a fog. You take responsibility for each and every action, choice, and thought, and you become the spiritual warrior through following through with everything, through paying attention, through being conscious, instead of doing things randomly, unconsciously out of habit, that you pay attention to these habitual ways of behavior and you ask yourself, is this beneficial to my entire system? Do I present myself in a way that other people can feel a glow of warmth, of love, of wanting to engage instead of wishing to run away? Do I come forth as someone who is needy, or do I come forth as someone who stands in their own power? Do I have boundaries? All of the many things that you are being asked to look at this time, to penetrate through the illusions. If only I had this or I were that. If only, and you compare yourself to others, if only I was like that, or I had those beautiful things that they have. None of this has value in the long term. None of these things will carry you through the challenges of this time. For the things that matter are the things of the heart, those simple connections you have with life, with food, with harming and non-harming, with the words you say and speak, with the way in which you relate to others, and especially with the way in which you judge. For the judgment of things and self is your most immediate challenge, that you each time you notice that you judge, that you take a moment to assess, I just judged so and so. I have no idea what is going on for them. I have made assumptions and perhaps I am mistaken. There is no way for me to know what is going on for them unless I discuss it with them and they share with me. And even still, their soul and their heart's journey is a mystery to me. So why do I judge another? And why do I judge myself? Most people are still looking to find out who they are. They are not clear on what their purpose here is. They do not know what their mission is, what their agreements were, why they chose to come at this time. Did they just come to endure, to suffer, to experience the wheel of karma one more time? Or did they come to attain a level of mastery that allows them to be free? And in order to do that, it is important to penetrate all of the illusions that surround you within your own mind, within the structure of your belief systems, and within the nature of your communication and relationships to everybody else. It is so easy to separate. It is so easy to step onto one side and put things that are not comfortable on the other, and distance yourself so that you do not have to deal with the emotions that arise through relationship. Relationship is the great grist for the mill. It is the space in which you discover who you are not by witnessing another who is often a reflection of who you think you are, or of who you do not think you are. It is give and take. It is important to understand the role of flexibility, of allowance within the structure of your mind, so that you do not project onto others that which is an illusion. It is not even there. Oh, this person did that to me because they think I'm this, that, or the other. Or they don't like me because all the many thoughts that run through your mind each day need to be analyzed for that moment when you notice. And it is more important that you notice, even if you do not engage in deep psychotherapy around what it means. The very fact that you notice a particular pattern means that you're opening your heart to the possibility that you might crack that code and be done with it. That you no longer will be re-stimulated or triggered into responding in an old knee-jerk manner that has not worked for you in the past and becomes a repetitive pattern, so that you run away or you hide or you close your heart. We invite you to open your heart. We invite you to go back into that space, that stillness of the breath within your heart. Perhaps to put your hands there again, for the very fact that you focus that attention in that location allows you to enter into that cavern, that beautiful, soft, inviting space within your own heart, so that you feel that stillness and peace, so that you know how to return there when things look a little rough on the outside, so that you start to notice perhaps that you have that which is called a heart wall, a wall around your heart that you have built to keep yourself safe from the harsh realities of life on this planet as a human being. Perhaps you notice how hard it is to be in your heart, to be open and soft and vulnerable. Perhaps you notice that that wall has become your prison. Perhaps you're ready to dismantle it and trust that you will be okay, that you have the resources, that you have the help, that you have those angels, those guides around you who are at your beck and call, willing always to help you, to be your support, to be the wind beneath your wings. For you are able to tune in the space of the heart to some sense of our presence with you, to some sense that you are not alone, that that wall perhaps had a function once, and now it is a hindrance to your evolution as a conscious soul, aspiring to ascend into higher and higher vibrations, along with the many others who are moving towards this new reality of the new earth. So perhaps you're willing to let go of your armor and the walls, to allow your heart to be cracked open, to allow the light of love to penetrate where you thought it was dark, where there was none, to allow yourself to open to the possibility that you are loving and that you are lovable, that you deserve to have love and that you can ask for it. And it does not have to come from a specific person. It can come from a creature or a tree or the breeze. It can come from a moment of standing immersed in a sunset, of lying upon the earth and feeling that groundedness, perhaps listening to the tree grow, listening to the sound of the birds. Perhaps more and more you find things of beauty to open those cracks in your heart a little more. You find a piece of music that allows you to weep, allows you to feel the sadness and the sorrow behind that sealed wall. And you realize that perhaps when you unseal the wall, that music will want to flow out and touch the hearts of others too. Perhaps you have something to give and you have held back. There are so many perhapses when you take the risk to allow your heart to crack open. For nobody will do it for you. Your whole life could go by and you will have missed the opportunity, even to feel the pain, the loss, even to feel the anger, to feel the many feelings that you do not wish to feel. We recommend that you allow them, that you feel them, and you speak to them and ask them, what is the lesson here for me? What will it take for me to be done with these feelings? They feel so old, and I feel so worn out from them. What will it take for me to be free? What is it I must do that will allow me to feel at peace, to be happy? Does happiness come from outside, or can I find a way to conjure up happiness from within my heart through thinking of something that is making me happy? Through a thought, perhaps a comedy, perhaps a joke, or some way in which my heart was not so guarded, or perhaps a moment where I felt a connection with another heart. And it felt so loving and so warm. And then something happened. Instead of focusing on the what happened part, I can focus on the warm, fuzzy feeling of my romance, of being in love. And the pain of the loss can wash away because the potential is there for either of those feelings. And I am going to focus on the happy part, on the potential to know that it is possible to live a life full of love and joy and peace, that ease and grace are my birthright, abundance, to have everything, to have it all is not a sin. It is not something I need to keep away from myself for whatever reason I was taught that I did not deserve, or that it must end, that the other shoe has to drop because I cannot be so-called lucky all the time. I cannot be happy all the time. And yet, if that is what you choose, there is no reason why you cannot be happy all the time. It is, after all, a choice. All you have, as we said before, is choice. The words that run round in your head, the words that you say, are expressions of your choices. I choose to be happy, no matter what is going on. Even with the worst of the worst, there is within me the ability to be at peace, to be happy, to remember that I am an immortal soul, that I am eternal, I am infinite, I am universal. I am connected to a quantum field of reality that counters the ways in which the mind has been programmed to think in linear ways, in limited ways, within boxes, pigeonholes. I choose to open myself to the great expanse of the universe, to experience the fullness of being a human angel. I choose to open my heart to the great expanse of the universe and its benevolence, so that I can fully experience myself as a human angel. I am not here by chance. I have chosen to come at this time in my evolution and the evolution of this planet and of this particular humanity that dwells upon it at this time. It is my choice to assist Mother Earth in her birthing through doing all the things that I can to mitigate the harm, to bring some smiles, some joy, a warm touch, a word of comfort to those around me. It is my choice to move out of my space of limited perception around myself and my feelings and open myself up to service to the greater whole, to offer some joy, to remind people that there is a silver lining to each cloud and that we are only going through a phase and it must come to an end because it has to, because the unsustainable way in which we have lived upon this planet cannot continue. And I will make choices in my own personal life to move towards a way of being upon this planet that does no harm. I will seek to uncover and discover in what ways I can make shifts and new choices that are beneficial to all life and that will foil the harmful intentions of those negative entities and beings and expressions that wish to harm my friends, my family, my neighbors, and all the people upon this planet that I do not even know, who are living in fear. I refuse to live in fear. I choose to live in love, to live in acceptance of who I am without judgment. For this is the definition of love, of acceptance of another's reality without the need to change them. All you can change is your direction, your behavior, your thoughts, your feelings, your words, yourself. But change it only out of an impulse towards raising your vibration, not because of a judgment that you are right or wrong, or good or bad. Abandon shame, abandon guilt. It was placed upon you for control. Ancestrally, you have been taught over eons of time to feel guilty. It is used to control. Every parent does it with their child. The blame game. It is not a fun game. It is not a valid game to play. It is what you might call old hat and ready to be thrown out of the door into the garbage. It is time to embrace harmonious expressions of your being, harmonious wording, harmonious thinking, harmonious actions that do not harm. For when something is harmonious, congruous, it becomes a resonance for you to open up and expand towards in this process of raising your vibration. For as each one makes choices that raise their vibration to a higher and higher frequency, they are raising the vibration of Mother Earth and all her children. And this is the process of ascension. And that process occurs through your choices, through your thoughts, and especially through your belief systems, because your belief systems determine the nature of your experience. As they say, it is as you believe. Your thoughts create your reality. All the cliches of the new age jargon are actually valid when you take them to heart and move them out of the area of cliche and you pay attention to the true meaning of them. They become part of your path as spiritual warriors, as masters in training, as sages. For you have come here to be leaders. You have come here to be models for how one can live upon this earth in peace, in harmony, in stillness, even sometimes in silence, allowing, stop the rush, urgency, that sense of I have to please everyone, or even just one person. You are not here to please others. You are here to please yourself. You are here to be your own authority. You are here to know, not to believe. And as you know, it flows from you, the ways in which you express. They are not based on illusory belief systems that have been impregnated into you through your religions and your education and your conditioning as a child, in order that you might know how to socialize with others and be a good boy or a good girl. So we are asking you to frequently visit that place of the heart. For the heart and the divine feminine aspects, the softness, the receptivity, the gentleness, the water, the flow, the ease, the grace, the fluidity, the flexibility. These are what is needed to balance the rigid harshness of what is around you at this time. So be soft. For as in the Aikido and the other martial art forms, when you are soft and flowing, you cannot be harmed. You can roll with the punches. You can fall and tumble and turn and stand up again. And you are not harmed, like the tree in the breeze that is flexible, pliable. So embrace the softness. It is the time for the ascendancy of the feminine to the point at which it will become balanced with the masculine. Not one more powerful than the other, but a harmonious hieroskamos, the sacred marriage, that is that marriage between the head and the heart, the mind and the body, the inner and the outer, the above and below. As we have begun, the above and the below find their meeting place within your heart. That allows you to be solid, to be stable, to be an anchor, to be a lighthouse upon the raging rocks within the ocean or upon the shoreline, so that others may be able to navigate the waters safely, because they see your light and they feel the warmth and the guidance that is emitted from it. Stand steady in your power. Do not give it away to authority figures, to science babble. Do not give it away to all the amazing panoply of belief systems, of theories, of technologies that will save you. Allow yourself the freedom to think for yourself, to consider whether something resonates with your heart, rather than to follow your mind track to some scientific explanation that has no validity to it. You are required to be the master now. You are required to open your heart and to find that balance. And you are asked to hold your ground. Once you know who you are, allow yourself to be the expression of that. And we will tell you a secret of who you are. You are an expression of God's love. The more you embrace this truth, the more others will feel it, and the more everything will ease for you. For you can stop worrying, you can trust and have patience, knowing that you are an expression of God's love, of the Christ's love, of the love of the Goddess, of Mary, whatever it is that is sacred for you and expresses a connection with the divine and with all that is. You are it. That is the expression that comes through you, that is being asked to emanate from you. We will leave you with one last thought. If you do nothing else but call in light, fill yourself up with light to overflowing, and allow that light to radiate out from you through your conscious directive, through the intention of your heart to bring light and love and benefit to all of the beings upon this planet and beyond. You will have done your part to assist Mother Earth and all her creatures to ascend to the next vibrational level, where your suffering, where your pain, your loss will start to melt away in the realization that you are eternal. We are showering you with our love. We are holding you in the warmth and kindness of our hearts, for we have nothing but love for you. We wish to see you prosper and blossom. We will take a break, and then we will answer your questions. We thank you from the bottom of our heart